Line first and 10. The former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Let's go. 18 Gators. Leo. Watch it. Tight dog. Christian. Travis. 5.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Inside. 52's the mic. Check. 52's the mic. Baby.
By Mike Evans. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking to throw on second down. Darnold, and this one caught by Cameron Braid. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. First and 10 at the 46. Darnold now to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
So he talked a lot about the column. We'll see how he responds. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second and 9, Jones. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much He's got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
And he's got it. And he is out of bounds here.
Nowadays, the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Now Darnold keeps it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Sam Darnold, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Carl Nassib. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And that will be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Here comes Peppers. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He hits his target, left side, Watson. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team.
And the pressure gets to him again. B.J. Goodson in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it falls in defense now. It's 4th down. 4th down, and the Bucs trot out the former 49er Bradley Pinion to punt it. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The tackle there by Brian Poole.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now Jones. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Devin White drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Darnold on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Over the middle to Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Evans has it left side. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, coaches always talk about big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A give to Jones. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Everyone got 4 down.
We remind remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD. And
right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Marcus Golden able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
I got him.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Throwing Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. It's brought in left side by Tate. And all the way down to the 12. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw again. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, as the first half is winding down, and the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. 14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on first down.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. 52's the mic, boys, 52. All day, just like that.
Oh, lady. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come, come.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackle made by Delano Hill.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A second quarter score from Carson. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
To throw is Darnold. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Pilot, 64, weak.
Now Darnold. Coleman has it here right side. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Barber. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
They come out here in the eye. This is 3rd and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. They'll run with Barber. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf. 6-6, pull it high.
Check 24, check 24.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Hey, Sam off.
On second down, here's Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Levante David in on the tackle.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Jones on third down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
As much as offensive guys do, they know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Returning is Peppers. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Showing up.
Recon, 132 fighter.
He's coming. We got double up. He's checking. He's ready.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now it's Darnold. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Alec Ogletree with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Now it's Tate. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, lock it.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well. Showed right there.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, defense.
Jones throwing after the interception. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great start to the second quarter, better than 30 yards. Looking to throw. Jones, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He spins free. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Jones now From the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jason Pierre-Paul picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Second down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's a give to Barkley. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Chris Godwin. His second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Hey, lady, let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Evans.
Boom!
Dilf, Mike Evans. He's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. Darnold from the gun, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Double. 45, check mark 45. Don't get nervous. 5.
On 1st and 10, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're running a 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. It's caught, Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Come on now, let's go.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw. Jones, he's going to let it fly. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Evans once again the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. To try again after the sack. Jones. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Recon, 132 fighter.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete.